Hey pack leaders, this is Ian or Friends Ryan, protecting families by protecting the pack. Today we're going to talk about how to DCA with the Bybit tool. It's something I created back in the day when I had done well when Bitcoin was just ramping up, and all we did was kept longing. We bought the dip and then sold in rungs as it went up. So in the members area, there's a training that I had deprecated. So I think I need to undeprecate that because I think it still works. But it was just constantly. I had to constantly create rungs manually, and kind of like every $100, I would create a buy order for 1,000 or something like that. And as it comes down, I'll have like maybe $5,000-$10,000 worth of positions, and then sold it as it came up every $100. And I just kind of kept doing it all day long. And there were times where, if the short was long, like if it kind of turned on you, and it's like, it's like catching a falling knife. So you're gonna have to make sure that you don't use too much of your wallet, and there's no way of kind of knowing how to calculate that unless you actually manually, strategically do this, right? Because eventually you kind of use it like, oh man, I just used up my entire wallet trying to buy all these rungs, right? And it keeps dropping, keep buying more. You're like, dude. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to automate this so that we manage our wallet and be able to DCA in a more professional, is it more responsible way? It's probably the better word. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to DCA on the with the bot. Okay. Now since the UI sucks, and I agree, the UI just, there's something wrong with it. It just keeps looping all over and over inside, and I didn't develop the plugin, so, but it's what I have for now. But anyways, this is going to be controlling this part of the bot, the ladders. Okay, so in your text file, you're setting text files. You can specify the number of rungs you want to buy, and it will create 10 rungs on in the short or long position. And this is ETH. Okay, so there's going to be a high price of 1.2 and a low price of 0.8. Okay. This is just a randomization. It's going to pick a number between here. So basically what I wanted to do here is to just create a rung every $1 in ETH. Okay, that's kind of what it does. So what you also want to do is you want to also disable auto restart. So search for restart somewhere. Disable auto restart, because if that bot is running on its own on restart, it's gonna be so slow you can't do anything. So you can't have the bot running as in like in the main Sentinel bot running basically. Okay, but once it kicks up, there should be a trade area that you could then start pushing buttons on. So let me kind of switch over to one that's while that one loads. If this even lets me go there. This is our main Sentinel. It's all fully automated, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow some of the stuff from the trade stuff and put that in the Sentinel, so that right now we're kind of buying and selling as the price action goes up and down. But what I'm thinking is, like, instead of buying and selling right away, why not buy and DCA that, right? So even if it goes up, we'll go ahead and DCA that on a bigger spread, and maybe a lower leverage so that we can cover that spread. And then as it comes back down, start taking profit in a DCA way. So if we do DCA, it has to hold position much longer. So this take profit expiration in minutes has to probably be extended to about a full day. That rung has to pretty much sit there waiting for the spikes or whatever else to hit. Okay. So right now, somehow I got in the 200 position. I thought I had sold it somehow. Might have accidentally gotten in. I'm not sure what happened there, what the history was, but I thought I was in no position. But anyways, I kind of expected to kind of come down, and it was kind of sideways. Like, I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's gonna go somewhere, right? So if it goes down or up, we'll see. All right. So even if I'm longing here, then I can then take profit. It goes up. If I come down more, maybe if I don't get liquidated by 236, I'm gonna liquidate here. So you might make sure you need to deleverage enough to cover those liquidations. I might want to just put a sell order here and just get out, but I don't know. I wasn't supposed to be in position anyways. I'm not sure how I got this one in. But anyways, yeah. You want to make sure that when it comes down, then you can just kind of buy every dollar. So you see here's 225.9, 225, 241.10. So there's a little bit of randomization there so that you don't buy at every dollar like everyone else, kind of thing. So that's kind of the main thing about that. So once you have this running, let's see here, there it is. And you can't really change anything in the text file. You could probably change the price a little bit, but then it kind of just keeps reverting back, and it's just a pain in the butt to kind of see what you're actually doing. So let's say you want to do I'm going to go ahead and clear everything. I think I have a clear button here to kind of clear all my orders. No, I don't. No, do I have it? Delete, oh, here it is. Delete all orders. So I hit that button. It's going to delete all the orders, and we'll see that if that happens or not. There we go. It's deleting everything. So it kind of cleans everything. So you don't have to go back and go, oh man, so many orders and whatever. So that might help with cleaning some orders. So now that since I'm in position, I want to DCA this. So let's go ahead and DCA this a little bit. 240.10. All right. So let's go with 240 and kind of DCA the long direction. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to 240.10. So I want to buy. So I delete it. It takes a little while. So what I would do is just close the spot, edit this text file here to 240. All right, save it, and then launch the bot back up. Okay. So once it's launched up, all I have to do is hit the button for buy, and it should do it. So it's 240 now. I'm gonna hit the buy real quick. It takes a while for it to update. So now it's gonna create the rungs every $1.20 to 80 cents. Okay, just to give some randomness. Okay. So of course, if it buys all this up and it keeps going, you're gonna DCA this, and you'll probably move your liquidation price down a little bit too. But of course, if it goes too much too fast, 236, I'm gonna get liquidated here. But maybe because I DCA'd it, my liquidation might be pushed down here a little bit more. Okay. And then as soon as you DCA that, you might want to make some sell orders at 242, just in case. 242. And then do another 10 rungs too. So in a sense, you're gonna have to manage how much you're buying, how much you're selling. If you buy too much, you could end up shorting once at the top. Once it sells, all your position of your long position here. I want to have 200. So once it sells at 200, it's gonna start shorting DCA on the way up, and then you have to wait till it comes back down. But basically, this sets it up so that you're always in a win-win position in a sense, whether it goes up or down. You're gonna take profit or buy more. You're not actually, in a sense, stop lossing, or it can only win if it keeps whacking up and down, basically on a sideways direction. So let's go to 242. So I'm gonna hit that button, and then it's gonna go ahead and create 10 rungs up. Okay, in 100 direction, and that's basically it. Okay, so just manually do this for now. If you're long biased, then make sure that you long bias first and get into long position, and then once you longed it, and then wherever your profit line is, then DCA from the profit line all the way up, and go from there. And then just basically keep DCing the dips if you think if it's gonna keep trending up. If you think it's gonna drop like no other, then of course DCA that first so that you get into a short position first, and then take profit on the way down. So, but this way it kind of leaves it up to the market to short long, depending on if it keeps going sideways or not. And then hopefully you don't get liquidated when you're catching a knife or a pump or whatever on this. Okay, so most likely you want to at least lower your leverage to cover your DCA. If it's 252, I might want to lower my leverage down to like maybe 5 or 10 or something like that. Okay, so that's basically how you DCA. And then what I'm going to do here is when we take profit, because we were just buying these pumps, whatever, we're going to probably buy here and then DCA it out. So we might clear out 2-3 rungs, and then once it DCAs up, then take profit on the way. When it does fire a take profit signal, we're just going to DCA all the way down too, and take profit in rungs too. So it might hold the position much longer, but at the same time we'll have QCP, quick capture profit, trail that, and maybe just trail it at a very slow catch up rate, because we don't want to actually take profit with the market order and just close it out unless we really need to. But we want to actually close that out. We actually want to close out at limit order and not, you know, be closed out by fees, and because it doesn't make sense after a while, because you're just it's being all eaten up by fees when you keep closing market orders all day long. Okay. All right. So any questions? Let me know. This is what I'm gonna be working on. Kind of adding that feature as an option so that we can try this new DCA method, because there are times when we try to enter and it keeps going, you know, when there's times where we could DCA, but then we're actually managing our risks, spreading out farther, pushing our liquidation out price farther because we're DCAing. It kind of helps with being in a better position, kind of thing. All right, and then we might work with some order variations, maybe DCA but with smaller amounts, and as it moves farther away, we put bigger amounts, so that the DCA profit line is a little higher as it moves away higher. So if it trends up, we'll just catch it up, and we'll be able to kind of, you know what I'm saying. It's basically so that we're in more profitable position because we bought less and it go against us. But then when it goes really far out, then we're buying more at the top so that it can come down and we'll DC it the other way, kind of thing. So those are options for later that we can refine, but we're just gonna get the basic functionality of being able to DCA on take profit and entry. Okay. All right. Thanks. And this might take about maybe a couple days to a week. So I'll update you guys as it goes. And that's how you use DCA. We'll talk to you then.